What's up, guys? It's gootecks, and I'm here with K-Brad, and we wanted to give you guys a little update on some of the stuff that we've been working on. K-Brad's been here in the Cross Counter Studios for quite some time now, almost a week.
Yeah, 5 6 days.
Actually, I think it's been a week.
Over 1 week, yeah.
And we've been working a lot on not just putting out videos for you guys, but also seeing if there's other avenues that we can explore together, most specifically setting up training services so that you coach people and help them get better at Street Fighter and help them with little problems with their game and all kinds of stuff like that. How's that been going for you?
It's pretty good. The people are actually throwing me off too because it's certain things that you think that everybody knows about Street Fighter, at least this version of Street Fighter. And there's one thing that at least 2 people told me that they did not know what crouch teching was. So little stuff like that, and I'm just like, these people don't know what crouch teching is, so they need somebody to tell them what crouch teching is. So I'm like, okay, crouch teching is when you do this, and I'm explaining them frame traps, I'm explaining all these different things. So I'm like, yeah, this is good because people need to know. Because I knew because I played so much online and I harassed all the top players and they told me when I was coming up. So maybe these guys are like introverts. Maybe they just don't want to talk to the people. Maybe they're scared, so they don't want to ask the questions. So we're here to answer all of your questions, guys.
That's right. There are no stupid questions, only stupid people. But just because you have a question that you think is dumb does not make you a stupid person. In fact, it probably makes you smarter than a stupid person because, if you're smart enough to, reach out to somebody who's an expert at their field to help you, get better, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's the way the world works.
At least they figured out what crouch teching was, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, exactly. Dude, that could save you thousands of losses across your Street Fighter 4 career.
Dude, people throw in this game. You got to learn how to tech these throws, man. That's pretty important.
I mean, do you have fun doing it? I mean, is it fun for you?
It's actually pretty fun because we just talk about random stuff while we're playing the matches. Because usually we play endless. And then I analyze the matches, and then I tell them that's how I figured out about the whole the crouch teching thing. I was throwing him at least 3 or 4 times in a row, and I was like, dude, why aren't you taking any of these throws? And he's like, I usually just try to guess. I'm like, why are you guess? Do you not crouch tech? He was like, what's that? I was like, well, let me explain to you what that is. So it's always fun to explain to the players, this is what you should be doing. This is what you can do to increase your chances of victory. And this is what you can do to increase your chances of taking these throws.
So what kind of skill level are the players? I mean, are they all, super beginners? Are there intermediate players? Are there guys who play in tournaments? What kind of players?
I've played some intermediate players and beginners. I haven't played someone super good that was that he just needed that little push over the hump. It's most of them are just intermediate players where they're trying to get to that level. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty good stuff because then I get to play my other characters to see how they do in the matchups and stuff, and then I can tell if they're if they understand how to punish things. And then when they don't know how to punish things, that's when we go to online training mode. Look, this is how you punish this. So let's practice this right now. Stuff like that.
So give us a little bit of an idea of how the hour actually goes.
The hour usually goes like this. I explain within 2 minutes what's going to happen. I tell them if you guys want it differently, I always tell them they can do it differently. But I'm like the way that I do things is I'll invite you to an endless. We'll play 2 out of 3 with 3 to 4 characters that I'm pretty good at. So we'll play 3 to 4 characters with the characters that I'm really good at. I'll explain to you what you're doing wrong, how you're supposed to be spacing yourself properly, how you're supposed to be anti-airing, why are you letting me do this, why are you letting me do that. And I do that after every match. So when it's in the section where it says ready up, I'll be like, okay, before we start the next match, because let's say they're up 1 or I'm up 1, I'm like, okay, listen, you need to be doing this. And then one gentleman, he's an Akuba player, and he would jump back fireball. So I would be like, okay, and I would sweep him every time. I'm like, listen, to beat that, you should jump back fireball and then EX, because EX keeps you in the air longer. And then if I sweep, I get punished, and you get the two fireballs, and you get a sweep. So stuff like that, little stuff that I catch on while we're playing the matches and everything. And I try to like remember everything that they're doing wrong, so I like don't lead them down the wrong path. So the hour goes like that. Maybe the matches take up to 35, 40 minutes. Maybe we'll spend like the rest of the time explaining things. Some people, they do it like 25 minutes, and then we spend like 15, 20 minutes in online training mode. It really depends on the person. If I have to go into online training mode with them to talk about stuff. But if they know their punishes and frame data, there's two guys that actually knew their punishes and frame data, so I didn't have to go on online training mode at all with them. It was mostly just matches and telling them like what you should and shouldn't be doing.
Nice. Yeah. So I guess that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, I was gonna ask, what do you think about how often somebody needs to, like, in order to really progress as a player, you know, like, how often do you think that you would need to play them in order to get like max, or not, to, you know, to train and coach them in order for them to get like max like a value out of it?
I feel like it should be spaced out. I don't know how many times exactly, but it should always be spaced out, because I have people coming in talking about, dude, yeah, let's do like 3 and 4 back to back, like book me 4 hours straight. And I'm like, dude, we can't do that, because like I'm gonna be here until X date, so let's do this. Let's book it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 1 per day. That way, if you won't just waste your whole 4 hours and just playing me straight for 4 hours and me trying to cram all this stuff into your brain in one day. It's like being in school. You know, you were never in one class for 4 hours. You know,
right.
It was always once, you know, you're in math, and so you do math for 1 hour, then you can do art, you do whatever. So when they're trying to cram 4 hours, I'm like, dude, I don't want to cram your brain with all this stuff, because you're going to forget so much stuff. I'm just going to tell you a little bit at a time so that you can remember, so that when we play the next day, you can remember, hey, I should be doing this. I remember that I should be doing this. So now your brain is already like reading, like, okay, I remember jump back fireball EX. So next day I'm like, okay, you know you can punish that with sweep. So next thing you know, I'm punish this with sweep, or you can do this. So I try to like do spaced out, but I feel like the stuff that I tell these people, if they take what I say and then they go home and practice it, it doesn't take long at all. But I feel like 4 is a really good number.
Cool. Well, K-Brad's going to be here for a few more days, so if you're trying to book a session with him before he leaves, then what you want to do is go to that URL right there, crosscounter.tv/training, and we got a pretty sweet system available that, you know, you just put in your info and pick a time, and it does everything for us. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later.